I want you to think about your bounce back, your ability to recover from the follies in your life. Your bounce back. Don't think about your lowest lows. When you're thinking other than when you're just kind of reflecting on it for experience so you can not make those same mistakes again. Don't sit there and harp on your lowest lows. It'll sour you and your perspective and attitude. And before you know it, it'll sour the fruit around you. It's like poisoning your thoughts on the way that you think and view the world and the circumstances that's going on up around you. Choices that's made, what have you. Give yourself some leeway. Of course, you're going to make some mistakes, make some things that don't play out in your favor. I know I said this in an older video. I said that I was pretty bad about this, where sometimes life will come up with a fork in the road and you are really trying to make the best choice possible. You have no way of knowing which way is going to be the best way. You're just like, hey, look, both of these are viable options. I want to do what's best for everything. And you go, I'm going to go this route. And you do this, and then it doesn't work out, and then you beat yourself up, and you go, doggone it, knew I should have chose that other route. No, you didn't. That's just something you're telling yourself to aid in beating yourself up. No, you didn't. And actually, you didn't know. You could have took that other one. It could have turned out a lot worse for you. So there's no guarantee that could have went that way. So no, you didn't. It was something I was watching. Maybe I heard. No, I think it was something I was watching. I was listening to. Watching and listening to. I think it was I don't remember. And one of the things they were talking about was, hindsight and the choices that you make in the past. A lot of times for people who critical think and they're trying to do everything that I'm talking about in this video, you are making the best choice available, the best choice that you know of on the table at that time, because you don't have all the experience. So you're working with the best of what you got. So when they say that hindsight is 20/20, it's not until you way down the road, you look back through all these other different scenarios that have played out, how that played out, because you're looping that in with that experience. That might have been the first time that you encountered it. And you're going, oh, you know what? If that was to happen again, I would do this. That'd be the appropriate way to go about doing this. I wouldn't take it to heart so much, take it so personal, get wrapped up in it. Hey, that's life, right? Only for something else to come up down the road that you hadn't encountered before, and then y'all off, in left field. So to get you centered, get your thinking right, wipe out those sour thoughts, because it leads back to bad self-talk. That's essentially what you're leading to when you're doing this. When you're beating yourself up and your outlook is what it is on the things that you encounter. And as you know, what we cover on this channel, we're always worried about doing better. And actually, see, you have to watch your dialogue, the words that you choose to. Not worried. Even though I said worried, this is the way we get caught up in the everyday usage of some words. You don't want to be overly concerned about a lot of different things. Concerned enough to get things handled, but not overly concerned. You don't want to be worried. You don't want to be overly concerned. I think I said be overly concerned. Well, you got what I'm saying. You don't want to be. You want to put just enough in it to get it done and continue on. You don't want to overthink things. Okay? You don't want to lead, because that's how worry comes into play. You don't want that going on. All right? Back to what I was stating. With everything that we've talked about up to this point, this is what gives you your bounce back, your ability to bounce back into action. Get back on task. Get back on track. Get back to doing what you need to do. Have that elasticity. To be flexible. That's the reason why you have to be adaptable as well, and that's the reason why I said flexible, and I'm using the terms that I'm using is because you have some people who are really rigid in their thoughts and thinking upon things. And don't get me wrong, you can hold true to certain core things that maybe you just don't want to budge on because it's you. But we know that life Life is life in it sometimes. And you have to be adaptable so you can navigate and get around things that are oftentimes they may just be larger than you. That's something that my dad had taught me, because he saw that in me with the way that I'd have that stubbornness to go ahead and want to beat down the largest mountains, to go through things that I saw as a hurdle. And even if I was wigging it out or complaining or stressing out while I was doing it, I was still punching down that mountain so I could get on up to my goal. And my dad was like, and he wasn't telling me this so I could sit there on the curb and not have any fight up about me, but he was like, son, you have to realize that some things are bigger than you. And just with saying that, makes you think, some of the times that I punched my way through that mountain, maybe I could have just went around it. Maybe I could have taken another path and saved my knuckles some bruising. Easier ways to get around certain things. Rethink your moves. That's the point that I'm making. What's your bounce back look like? That's my 2 cents on it. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. My name is Ayn. Y'all have a good one.